Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning, export officer accused of transferring over US $2,500 to personal PayPal account. An export officer who is accused of transferring over US $2,500 from a business establishment in Portmore, St. Catherine to her personal PayPal account has been charged with larceny as a servant. Charged is 28-year-old Shakira Wright of Lejeune Avenue, Keystone in the parish. Reports from the Portmore police are that Wright, who was employed as a clerk, made several online transfers from the company's PayPal account to her personal PayPal account between Tuesday, June 3 and Sunday, July 13, amounting to US $2,697.40. The missing monies were reportedly discovered in an audit done by the complainant, the police said. A report was made to the police and Wright was subsequently arrested and taken into custody. She was formally charged after she gave a caution statement and an interview in the presence of her attorney. Her court date is being finalized. Farmer killed in motorcycle crash in Bog Walk. The Bog Walk police in St. Catherine have launched an investigation into a collision that resulted in the death of a 30-year-old man on Friday. The deceased has been identified as Sandra Lee Henry, a farmer of Church Road, Bog Walk, St. Catherine. Reports are that about 7:30 p.m., Henry was riding a motorcycle in Magazine Lane, Bog Walk, when he reportedly lost the control of the motorcycle, which slammed into a 2013 Toyota Probox motorcar that was parked on the roadway. The motorcar and the motorcycle, which was reportedly not affixed with a registration plate, were extensively damaged. Henry was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. Police barricaded PNP supporters from JLP motorcade in Christiana. With the political campaign intensifying in Manchester Northeastern, police on Saturday were forced to act as a barrier to separate a group of People's National Party supporters from a Jamaica Labour Party tour and motorcade in Christiana. The tour was being led by the JLP's deputy leader, Desmond Mackenzie, who joined the party's aspirant in Manchester Northeast, Audrey Marks, to tour communities in the three divisions of Walderston, Christiana, and Craighead. However, when the tour reached Christiana, PNP supporters awaited the motorcade at Brockery and on Main Street. Inspector Romaine Brooks, Zone Commander for Northern Manchester, was seen quickly assigning officers to avoid a confrontation between JLP and the PNP supporters. The PNP supporters gathered around a Hummer Jeep bearing the image of Valentine Val Wint and danced to songs including Blood and Fire, the party's recently launched campaign anthem. In recent weeks, police have maintained a strong presence in parts of the constituency following a political standoff over the placing of flags and posters in fine grass. During that incident, a man was shot and injured when the police responded to the area. The man was later charged by the police. A prominent businessman said to be a PNP activist who is a licensed firearm holder was also charged in relation to a case of assault which reportedly occurred during the incident at the fine grass. PNP General Secretary brushes aside the criticism of Mark Golding. The General Secretary of the opposition People's National Party, Dr. Dayton Campbell, has brushed aside the criticisms of the party president, Mark Golding. SCDM said that they have some problems with my general, and I understand the discomfort that Labourites have. I understand it because Labourites know that Mark Golding doesn't come to scrape. They know that he made his money already and has come to serve us. So they know that they cannot mix him up in any corruption, stated Dr. Campbell during a PNP parish meeting held at the Sandy Bay Primary School in Hanover. The meeting followed a tour of the Hanover Eastern constituency on Friday. Then they know that behind him is a general who is not begging anybody for anything. I don't want any contract. I don't want any friends from anybody," added Campbell, who noted that it is the people's business that we come about. We come to ensure that the people can have a better life. They said they have a problem with his complexion. When we said that our motto is out of many, we are one. They said that they have a problem with how he talks. Then the whole of us don't use English and patois when we feel like it, questioned Dr. Campbell. Then they get up and make up a story and say he was not born here. When some of them and him go to school, they know that he was born here and is a true Jamaican. Then they want to argue about what he's dressed in and those things. It is a leader that we are looking for. It is the brain and the heart that we are concerned about. We want to know where the brain is and where the heart is, stated Dr. Campbell. With that said, the General Secretary pointed out that these issues are minute to the problems that the PNP is having with the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness. "Oh, they are much more severe," Dr. Campbell said. Dr. Campbell referenced the reports from the Integrity Commission before using the opportunity to highlight some of the achievements of Goulding during the former Portia Simpson Miller-led PNP administration. ITA gets ready for start of new electronic vehicle certification system on Monday. Director General of the Island Traffic Authority, Colonel Daniel Price, has sought to clarify concerns about the fees for certified vehicles under the new electronic system. On Monday, July 21, motorists will begin receiving certificates by email, accessible through Tax Administration Jamaica's online certificate general and delivery service, doing away with physical certificates and the display of decals and stickers on the windshield of vehicles. Under the new Road Traffic Act, there have been changes to the validity timeline for certificates of fitness depending on the age of the vehicle, ranging from 5 years for new vehicles to 1 year for vehicles older than 10 years. There have been questions relating to the cost of the certificates, but Colonel Price says there has been no increase in fees, which remain standard across the board, explaining that the fees is for the service and not for the validity period. Anticipating public anxiety about the changes, Colonel Price has sought to assure the public that the process is not unduly complicated. He says that motorists will be required to pay the fee and present the receipt at the inspection hub of the Island Traffic Authority as usual for the vehicle to be tested. When the inspection is completed and the data is entered into the system, a unique code will be generated for the electronic fitness. He adds that the authority will assist the persons who do not have an email or a smart device to generate their e-fitness.
So you pay one fee for the inspection, and that one fee will cover 5-year validity period, the 3-year validity period, and the 1-year validity period. If you are having your brand new vehicle inspected for the first time and it's been registered for the first time, you will pay $4,500 and you will be granted a validity period of 5 years. If you have a vehicle that is being inspected that is 10 years or less, you will pay $4,500 for that 3 years. And if your vehicle is 10 years or more, you will pay $4,500. When that number comes up on your email, you will then be required, and we have made it convenient to you, we have a QR code that you can scan and it will take you to the certificate generation and distribution system portal. You would be required to put that unique number plus your chassis number and you generate the e-fitness which will come on your device. You're encouraged to ensure that you check the details on the e-certificate before departing the service hub.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.